Okay, so now we are going to check your writing task. Okay.
Okay.
So how many words did you write?
Like 260 maybe.
260. Okay. 264.
264.
Okay. You can see it. I'm sharing the screen. I'm sharing
Yes.
the screen. You can see, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there is one section of scientists who are of the opinion that there are other living forms on different planets, right, in the space, and we should send some messages to contact them. And then there are another set of scientists who think that it's not such a good idea. It might be a bad idea. It would be very dangerous to do so. So we have to discuss both the views. We have to provide our opinion. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Do we need to contact them? So, whom are you asking this question? Both group of scientists, see, first in the question we have to describe it more in the answer, in the description introduction part we have to describe it a bit more. Okay.
Okay.
Right, such, this is a very small sentence, so we need a reasonable yet. Okay. And we will start in a more formal way. Okay, like there are a section of scientists, or you can say that there is a section of the scientific community, okay, which believes which that intelligent life forms, but this is imaginary, right? Because there's no proof. There's still no
Okay.
proof. Okay. Intelligent life forms exist on other planets. On the other hand, there are some scientists who disagree with this opinion. Okay. So first sentence we have to describe that they want to send some messages there, right? That point we haven't described in the introduction. Okay. And
Okay.
and want to send messages, or you can say and are in favor of sending messages.
So it is okay if I just paraphrase the question and the
You have to
introduction.
paraphrase the question. Okay. Are in
Okay.
favor of sending messages to contact them. There are other scientists who disagree with this argument, who disagree with this opinion. Then your viewpoint, because the question is saying discuss both the views and give your opinion, so your viewpoint should be there. Okay.
Okay.
So what do you think? I'm asking you, what's your opinion? Do you want to contact them,
Yeah.
or do you think it could be dangerous? Do you want to contact them, or do you think it's dangerous? I'm asking for your opinion. What do you think?
Well, in my opinion,
Yeah.
no, I think it's dangerous.
Why?
Because, well, I argue this statement below. And I don't know, maybe we can face some kind of extinction.
Okay. So you say that I support the second set of scientists. No?
Yeah.
Second set of scientists as I think because of unknown dangers, we can say unknown dangers associated with these speculated extraterrestrials. Okay.
Okay, so first of all, I need to paraphrase, or
you have to paraphrase the question and you have to provide an opinion, because that's what the question is asking you. And then you go to the body paragraphs.
Okay, so introduction is a paraphrasing of the question and my opinion.
Yes, and your opinion. So whether the question is asking for the opinion or it's not asking, it's very important to give your opinion because you are the writer.
Okay.
Audience want to know that what you want to say.
Yeah.
So that is something that can't be ignored. Extraterrestrials. Hmm. There's invasions and colonization. So humans think like this because humans have always done the same thing with other humans. So humans have
Yeah.
this mindset that someone can attack us, right? And that is something that we see. Although the second part is very imaginary, the first part is very practical. One positive point of view has to do with the fact that the scientific community, hmm, just getting a message that is not good, that would be a catastrophic event. A message is not an issue, an attack is an issue.
Yeah.
So, a body paragraph on the one hand and on the other hand. Okay. Or you can say to commence with, to begin with. Right? Now we are writing about the first point, right? To commence with.
Okay.
One positive point of view has to do with the fact that the scientific community could prove the very existence of this kind of life. Which kind of life? Life is, there are not different forms of life. What kind of life?
Okay, maybe, I don't know, extraterrestrial life,
Could
aliens.
prove, yes, the scientific community. One positive point of view regarding sending such messages to space, right, has to do with the fact that the scientific community could prove the existence of life in other planets. So existence is already proved. Then what do you mean by the presence part? And this is not.
Well, it was like a synonym for existence, but
Why?
I don't know. I
When we
guess
have already written existence, then again, why we need to repeat?
yes.
Right.
So I didn't want to repeat the word existence.
No, I'm saying that the existence point we have just spoken. No. So why speak the same thing again, even in a synonym? In the same,
Okay.
next line I would understand, but why in the same? Right.
Okay, got it.
Fact that the scientific community could prove the existence of life in other planets. This would be a great achievement for a lot of studies. Yet remember all interstellar travels. Okay. Great achievement. A lot of studies which,
Or maybe in a field of study, I don't know.
which have been trying to communicate with speculated. That's not imaginary, right? Or
Yeah.
with the speculated, we have already said in the previous sentence, so with the I forms of other planets. This is okay. According to, let's remember all interstellar travels which have proved other universe. Where is the other universe? Man hasn't reached other universe. There's only one universe, no?
Yeah.
There are different galaxies.
Well, not the whole universe.
But you have said other universes. Where are the other universes?
Because interstellar travels.
Interstellar travels, are you talking about movies?
Maybe.
So, I mean, let's remember oil.
I didn't know. I didn't know what to write. So
Okay,
I just
that's fine. Not an issue. See,
made up things.
the point is I could have given you an easy one, right? But the easy one doesn't test you properly. It's important to give people a complex one so that they research more, right?
Yeah,
And you can understand that how much effort the person can put. Okay, because if I give you something that's very easy, something about a country or something about normal communication, you would definitely write better. So
yeah,
it was important. Push someone to run fast, the person would naturally learn to walk, right?
sure.
You just push them to walk, they might not be able to run fast, right? So it's always important to give them the hard ones first.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's fine. That's really fun to me.
So yes, remember. Oh, interest your travels. No, rather on the other hand, you can say that so you didn't find any scientific community which is actually trying to reach life forms in outer space. No,
No,
no. Okay.
no, I don't no, I don't know. NASA.
NASA is trying. That's true. There's nothing wrong in that,
Yeah.
right? So these kind of things you should have written in the example part because in every essay we have to give some examples. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Some instances we have to describe that there's an organization. I think its name is CETI, CETI or SETI. Anyway, see, no. Communication with extraterrestrial intelligence. SETI scientific organization. You see.
Mm.
SETI or it's I think SCTI.
Okay, let me look for that. Sorry.
SETI Institute.
Communication. Yeah, SETI. Communication with extraterrestrial
Yeah.
intelligence.
So see, you should have found out them, right? X. And you could have given the example also here that SETI is trying it. Okay. NASA
Okay.
is trying to find the life forms in Mars. Right? See, many your European Space Agency has gone to Mars. Russian Space Agency has gone. NASA has gone. The Indian Space Agency has gone. Right. The Chinese
Mhm.
have gone. So they are trying
Yeah.
to find the life forms in Mars. So these things are happening. That's a real life example that we read every day in news. Okay.
Okay. So
Try
that's
to bring.
better. That's better than Interstellar.
You should try to. Interstellar is a very good word, but
Mhm.
using that word in a proper way is very important.
Okay.
So the word you have used, I'm very happy. Okay. Interstellar, yeah, nice way. Interstellar means anyway that sending messages between galaxies, right? But
Uh-huh.
it's about sending messages between different planets. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's important to use it in a proper way. Okay. Rather, you can use it here, sending interstellar messages.
Okay.
Then the space part is not required because it anyway means that you are sending it to
Yeah.
different, right? Okay, so there are organizations such as NASA or SETI, you can say, which are trying to find out about life forms in outer space. Okay, as
Yeah.
an instance or as an illustration, you can say organizations, NASA or SETI, which are trying to research more on this subject. And
Mhm.
you are saying that they have also found some bacteria or microbes, right? Species of microbes in different.
Micros.
Hmm,
Okay.
that's what you're saying, right? And species of So have they actually found, because this is something that should be a proper fact.
Mhm.
Science wants proof. Have they actually found some microbial species, or you are just saying it?
No, well, I think I'm just saying it because, well, of what I know, we just have discovered some bacteria or
We have
some other
discovered, right? I have
species, very
found.
little species.
Okay, then you can say discovered, but you have to be sure about it.
Okay,
Describe some species of bacteria and microbes where, on Mars or on Moon, or where have they found it? Or where have they found it, in Mars or Moon?
maybe in Mars.
Sure.
Well, or maybe in both.
SETI hasn't gone there. NASA is your space organization. Okay, SETI just sends messages. Okay, so NASA, you can say that NASA has found, they have discovered some species of bacteria and microbes on Mars. Okay,
Mars, yeah.
never been in. Yeah. So, but, however, new sentence. So don't make a sentence too big. Don't make it too small, right? It can be confusing. However, we have never been in real contact with any other type of AI form in outer space. Or you can say
Okay.
any intelligent AI form, right?
Yeah.
Any sort of intelligent AI forms like human beings, right? So if there is a more like sending messages, no, it's enough. So now this is not required because this is something people are trying and we have done. Okay. Okay. On the other hand, okay, wait, theater. So if apart from this, you can say apart from this, use some connective. If organizations such as, here you can bring SETI because they are trying to send messages to outer space.
Messages.
Right?
Yeah.
So what's the full form of SETI? Okay, the full form is not given. Sorry. SETI.
That's okay.
If organizations such as SETI are able to contact such, now we can use another word, aliens, right? Through by sending them messages. Right? So get in touch is more casual, contact is more formal. Right?
Okay.
Through messages, sending messages, we have already written through messages. This would definitely be a gigantic step for science, yes. For science and even for humankind.
Yeah.
Definitively is not a word.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. You're right. Definitely.
Gigantic step for science and even for humankind, right? On the other hand, what if scientists get a hostile message back? Message back. This would be a catastrophic event, which could lead to, rather.
Okay.
Lead to catastrophe on Earth. Okay, not catastrophic event, catastrophe.
Catastrophical.
Catastrophe. Just a second. See I think it's E comes in the end, no? Catastrophe.
Yeah.
E.
Catastrophe. Yeah. E.
This. What I was checking. So it would lead to catastrophe on Earth or catastrophe on our planet Earth. Right. In the worst scenario, we could even face extinction. So you and we and I, we won't use so much in former essays in writings. It's just in the in the first part. Uh, so in former writings, we won't use too much of we and you and us. Okay, the
Okay.
humans, or the human race, you can say. Right?
Okay.
The human race could even face extinction if we accept the facts that we are. What is the fact about this? We are not prepared for a possible alien invasion, and Hoi armies don't have the appropriate technology to fight them even after we have. Don't we have those nuclear bombs and all those things?
Well, I don't think we can fight to the aliens.
Okay, so we need more. Human race
Yeah,
even face extinction if.
because it's intelligent life. So
No, but we are also intelligent. No, so you mean to say that
yeah,
they are more intelligent than us?
yeah, I think.
Human race could face extinction if, hmm, rather you can say if there is an alien invasion, right? We don't need to write so many things, and you don't need double inverted commas for that. Rather,
Okay.
the double inverted commas are used, right? And we don't even need. Okay, there's an alien invasion, and we need
So
to.
if any word or any, I don't know, expression sounds like crazy,
Single inverted commas are better because double inverted is used when someone is speaking something. Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
A person's dialogue comes in double inverted. If there is an alien invasion mm, by some high advanced civilization, right?
Mm-hmm.
By some high advanced civilizations from outer space. So we are saying an invasion, so it's a singular invasion by any high advanced civilization from outer space. We would keep everything in singular. Okay. Hmm. And just because we say intelligent, we can't say that their technology would be better than us, right?
Yeah.
Rather, here you should give an example, or so now this is completely imaginary, right? So here you have
Mm-hmm.
given imaginary explanation also, example also, right? So
Okay.
say, for instance, we have seen, we have witnessed the theory of such an invasion in various movies, such as your Star Wars and Star Trek. No,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
them we have seen and Star Trek,
Star Trek.
where highly advanced we have witnessed the theory. Yeah, highly advanced civilizations have attacked humans, or where highly advanced AI forms. A intelligent word we have just reached, so now let us use advanced AI forms have attacked humans, or high advanced AI forms equipped with better technology,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you are also talking about the technology part. So equipped
Yeah.
with better technology Adaptations. Okay.
Okay.
In conclusion, as a conclusion, right? As a conclusion, I. But you and in between your opinion, as on the other hand, okay, your opinion has to come in between here, no? Because you're supporting the second part. On the other hand,
Mhm.
hmm,
Yeah.
people like me. Okay. That what would happen if scientists receive die messages hmm, what would happen? So
Mhm.
we are questioning, right? We are questioning
Yeah.
this worst scenario, comma. So no, why you are saying now that? But you are supporting the other part. So why you are saying that they in your conclusion that they should keep on looking for AI? Your opinion is
Well,
completely different. You are not supporting.
no, I think they should keep looking for life just for exploring, but not to get in communication with them.
So what is the use of that? I mean, if we get to know that there
Um,
are AI forms, but we don't communicate with them, what is the
okay,
use?
I don't know. Maybe just the fact that we should know if there is some other life, outer space,
Okay.
not only
In that case, your opinion should be different, no?
okay.
Your opinion, then you are not supporting any of those ideas. Then you are saying you're giving a completely different opinion.
Okay.
You're saying that we should explore,
So
we should find out, but we shouldn't
so I should say just no looking for any kind of life.
either you support one of the opinions or you give a completely different opinion. That's up to you because your opinion can be anything. But if
Yeah.
you are saying that because in the beginning you said that they should not communicate, so I gave your opinion according to that. But in the conclusion you are saying that they should keep on looking but they should not communicate, so it means your opinion is completely different from both of them, right?
No. So okay. Let's I know. Let's say
That,
then that I
yeah.
support the second set of scientists,
Mhm.
and in conclusion, we should leave things just like that.
So in
No
conclusion,
searching
then you
people
would have
for.
to change. As a conclusion, I believe that the scientific community should beware of speculated AI forms in the universe. Now here you can use the word universe, right?
Okay.
And should not try to. Sorry, not short forms won't come unless and until it's very rare, and should not try to communicate with them. Okay, this is what we are saying, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. But if you want to give a different opinion, you can give, right? Okay, communicate with them
With them.
due to communicate with them as it could be dangerous for life on Earth, right?
Uh-huh.
As it could be dangerous for life
Dangerous
on Earth.
for humankind.
Humankind, we have already written. No?
Oh yeah. So for life on Earth.
The
Okay.
robots part, we
So
not.
we shouldn't repeat words, right?
Try not to repeat them unless and until you are running out of synonyms.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I must say this was my first writing exercise.
No, I see. I could have given you an easy one, but as I said, that I wanted you to see that
No, it's fine.
how good you write in a natural way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I could have given you a sample before you have had written, but then you would have got a support. So it was
Yeah.
important to let you run free, see how you write free. So you have good ideas, right? You are using good words. That is great. Okay. It's just that you need a proper pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to give proper examples. Always in formal writing, formal
Formal.
writing, we should always try provide proper examples.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
The first part is question part of the question is very practical. The second part is completely theoretical. Because we haven't faced any attacks, no. We are not even in
Mm-hmm.
contact with them, so how can they attack us? So that's a theory. That theory has only been seen in movies. Okay. Then
Yeah.
what can be the consequences? Okay. And,
Okay.
and the second part, or you can say instead of dangerous, we can use better words. We can say it could have dangerous consequences for life on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And the second part is completely theoretical. So that is why in the first
Okay.
we find out a proper example, and in the second we find out something from movies, right? Something maybe
Yeah.
some articles have been written on them, but it's imaginary. The second is completely imaginary. The first is that is what organizations are trying to do. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the difference between both the parts. So overall, it was good, not bad. It's just that the introduction should have been a bit more descriptive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. You have to bring more description in the introduction. Paraphrase it better manner. You should
Mm-hmm.
paraphrase the introduction and provide your opinion also, right?
Yeah.
As you are the writer. So the audience is waiting for your opinion. That's the
Yeah.
most important part. If that is missing, then the audience is confused, right? When you go to see a movie, uh, okay, a good script is something that draws the audience. Okay, you see a proper pattern. What happens in the beginning? The short description comes, then
Mm-hmm.
the movie expands the story. A story opens before you. So in the same way in writing also you have to give an introduction that what I am going to talk about. Then in the body paragraphs you expand them, right? So this
Yeah.
is what I want to describe. Okay. And in the
Okay.
conclusion, that is your summary. In short, you write what you have written there. And within all these paragraphs, there should be your opinion also. And if your opinion is completely different from what the question is asking, then you should have a small third paragraph for your opinion. Like if you want to say
Okay.
that, I want to say that yes, they should try to find out about about AI forms in outer space, but should not communicate with them. Okay, then that has to come in a different paragraph. That also you can say. If you want to explore more, you can say that. That's not an issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So describe your answers more. That's the only thing that is required. Give proper examples. Apart from that, the ideas are good. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Nice.
So I need to organize
Hmm.
my
You need to
ideas
organize.
and use some more formal language.
I would show you something. Wait.
Okay.
Oh, I would show you. Let us see a sample essay on the same topic. Hmm. You can see this one.
No, your screen's freeze.
Oh, my screen. Sorry. Sharing is paused. Wait. Let me
Okay.
once more. Okay. Now you can see.
Now, yes.
So this person has gone a bit too deep because he is exactly from the science background. You're from the business background, right? You're from commerce background, right?
Am I what?
You are from commerce background, business background, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this person
Well,
is
no,
actually.
not business. I'm a systems engineer. And I have worked a lot of time with data analysis.
Okay. So so you are from the scientific community also, and this person is also from the scientific community. So I hope you
Yeah,
understand.
yeah,
Okay. So he has gone a bit too deep, right? So he has spoken about the diameter of the universe, that how it is approximated. So there's no fixed point. So that is why approximated word is very important here, right? And we in our galaxy, it's the Milky Way galaxy, right? So we are talking about
yeah.
our solar system, and our solar system is 50 to 850 years, right? 52,850 years. So now speculation, imagination about these extraterrestrial intelligent AI forms of space could be authentic. So this is again imaginary, so could is very important here. To evince the same, so scientists also have different names. The scientists who are trying to find out about sending interstellar messages, they are your cosmologists, right? So they are saying that we should keep on sending such messages, which could be deciphered by other even creatures in the space. However, there is another set of scientists, they are the astronomers, they are saying the same thing that you said, that the aliens can colonize us. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
the writer is giving his own view. I demand that scientists must avoid performing these activities because it can jeopardize AI for human beings. Still, I would go deep, very deep into both the views because that is what the question is asking. Okay.
Okay, so there's an introduction
The
and
introduction,
there's the
the
opinion. I
yeah,
demand.
person's opinion. Introduction, both points he has spoken in the introduction, and then he has given his own opinion, right?
Yeah,
Body paragraph.
right.
First body paragraph is talking about technologies that humans have created require exploitation of the earth by some means, but the planet is still predicted to become uninhabitable for humans in the future. So due to your weather changes that is happening, you can see, right? There are forest fires, there are so many fires. Okay. The carbon dioxide emissions are increasing, right? Okay.
Yeah,
To conquer the same, there are some cosmologists like Stephen William Hawking. He was a great man. We know him.
yeah,
Insisted in the past on establishing a connection with other life forms in the space who might be technologically ahead of us and through whom we could learn and develop new technologies that may be centuries ahead of our scientific inventions. Okay. So this is an example, but he hasn't written the word for example here, but it's understood, right?
yeah,
That is
yeah,
a
right.
natural flow. So, for example, there are high chances those living forms can even solve the mystery of time travel, right? Black hole, in which we don't know much about these things, but maybe. So this is imaginary, maybe, but Stephen Hawking said that maybe they can support us in these things. Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay, yeah. Then on the other hand, there are some astronomers who disagree on this idea of communicating with these aliens because they fear the consequences could be very adverse. So AI forms in space could be single-celled organisms and they can be huge creatures, right? Now, his
Mm-hmm.
own view he has brought. People like me support these second set of scientists because we don't.
Yeah,
First of all, we don't know what kind of impact the radiations from those messages being sent in space could cause to them. Okay, so these scientists demand on avoiding such experiments. Furthermore, now again, as I told you that it's an imaginary point, so he has spoken
mm-hmm.
about popular science fiction movies, Star Trek, where the extraterrestrials try to invade Earth by eliminating all the living creatures of this planet.
Yeah,
Okay, then I would like to conclude that instead of just yipping over technology at the cost of human life, it's better that we make a safe technological progress. Okay,
mm-hmm.
okay, nicely written.
Yeah.
So you have
Very
to,
nice, brilliant.
you have to reach this standard. Okay, this is the same thing that I
Okay.
explained in the video. So you can see that. Or
Mhm.
okay, and I would send you this sample, and I would send you your edited essay so that you have some
Okay.
better ideas. Okay. Hmm. Okay, one more thing I have to show you. Wait. So the screen sharing stops on its own.
That's okay. It is Zoom.
Science fiction, instead of saying various invasion in various science fiction movies or in science. Okay. Yes, there's one thing I need to show you. Just give me a second.
Okay. Let's freeze again.
No, just a second. I'm opening a new.
Okay.
When we
Okay.
open a new document, no, it freezes in between. Then I would,
Okay.
yeah. Then I would show it to you once more. Don't worry about that. Yeah, now you can see this one, right?
Yeah.
You can see this.
Yeah.
Academic training, right? Basically, part two questions. Because in part one you have those graphs and everything, so you have support, right? In part one you have support. In part two, there's no support, right? No diagram to support you. So it's your ideas. So in part two,
Yeah.
different kinds of questions that we have and how we should organize them. Okay. So
Okay.
first of all, as you saw, this question was that discuss both the views and give your opinion, right? Okay. So the beginning, we write the introduction, taking it from the question, paraphrasing it, writing it in your own words, then one line for your opinion.
Okay.
Then body paragraph. Second paragraph, you can discuss one of the topics. You can start in this manner to commence with, to begin with, on the one hand, okay, and then you write about the topic. Then you have to always give an example.
Okay.
Very important. That is why research is very important in writing. In the third paragraph, another topic we discuss. So you can start in this manner. On the other hand, then you write about the topic. Then you give an example. Okay. Your opinion can support any of the topics, or you can write a completely different opinion. But for a different opinion, you would have to give a different paragraph, extra.
Yeah.
Okay. In case of an extra opinion, in case of a completely different opinion, when you are not supporting any of those parts of the question, you need an extra paragraph. Okay. In the end, there's the conclusion, summary of the whole writing. So you can start in this manner as a conclusion. I would like to say that, came that to encapsulate, to reiterate, and then you discuss in short what you have written in the essay.
Yeah.
Then you agree or disagree. So this question requires you to explain how much you agree, how much you disagree with the statement. Okay. An agree or disagree question will always state an opinion. So the opinion. So let me show you a sample. So it is now possible to order almost any item over the internet, have it delivered to one's home. Okay. So human beings are not patient anymore, and they are not careful as far as their shopping habits are concerned. Right. So to what extent do you agree or do you disagree with this statement? Okay.
Okay, so this is another type of
Yes,
question.
another type of question. Example,
Okay.
agree or disagree question. How to
Yeah.
organize this essay? So the recommended structure for this essay type. So you have to state that how much you agree or how much you disagree. Okay, paraphrase the introduction and remember 3 points. You can completely agree, disagree, or you can agree in parts. 50%
Yeah.
agreement, 50% disagreement.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes you can start the introduction in a more creative way, right? In a more creative way.
Yeah.
So creativity is very important. With the dawn
Mm-hmm.
of the 21st century, in the 21st century, in the contemporary era, then you paraphrase the question.
Mm-hmm.
Body paragraphs. Why do you agree? Why do you disagree? Why do you agree in parts apart from your opinion? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the opinion has to always come in the introduction also, in the body paragraphs also, whether the question asks you to do so or not. Because you are the writer, your view is the most important. So it's understood that you have to give an opinion. Here also you can start in the same manner on the one hand to comments with, to begin with, etc. Then you discuss the first part. Then in the second part you can start in another manner. However, I would like to add that on the other hand. Moreover, I want to discuss that furthermore according to my viewpoint. So these are your connectors, connecting sentences. Further, furthermore, moreover, however, howsoever, okay, in addition to this, additionally,
Mm-hmm.
apart from this, okay,
Yeah.
conclusion, review.
So in our previous example, well, most important things are facts,
Yeah,
but here it's just my opinion.
no. Opinion, facts, both are parts of the essays. No, if the essay is very theoretical, then it would be, then you won't be able to present too many facts. If the essay
Okay.
is very factual, then you would have to present facts, right? Here also, so this is sample of the essay, and this is the structure, the body you have to
Okay.
write. Then you, when you would bring the ideas, then you would naturally have to bring very many facts. You would talk about Amazon, or you would talk about other social sites from where you do the shopping, right? You
Okay.
will give
Yeah.
example. Example is there also. Okay. Okay. I would show you more samples. I would send you a lot of samples, right? So that you get better ideas. Okay. Agree or disagree. Okay. So try to choose the easy part sometimes because it's better. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you partially
Yeah.
agree and if you agree and disagree in parts, you devote one body paragraph to the agreement, the another to the disagreement. Okay.
Yeah.
Then comes your advantage and disadvantage kinds of question. So a sample is, with the advent of modern transportation, workers and students are increasingly mobile. So it means that they are going from here and there very fast. They have more opportunities to study and work abroad. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So an essay of this type should have this structure. Introductory paragraph. It summarizes both advantages and disadvantages. Paraphrase the introduction. Put one line that says you are going to talk on both aspects. Then you move onwards to the body paragraph. Okay. And you would say that I want to discuss both advantages and disadvantages of this essay. Okay.
Okay.
That is your, okay. And then you would describe that. So body that describes the advantages and disadvantages. Okay. First part for advantages, second for disadvantages. Again, in every part two essay, examples are very important. So research.
Mm-hmm.
So your examples are your facts. Sometimes the examples can be imaginary, but most of the times they will be factual. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Conclusion that reviews both main ideas. Now, how? What are the tips for advantages, disadvantages essay? Sometimes you might be asked to discuss both advantages and disadvantages, right? Other times you might be asked that whether you think that the advantages are more than the disadvantages. Okay. So you can say that the advantages are more than disadvantages, but it's easier to write, easier to get a better score if you take a balanced approach, right?
Okay.
You get more points.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Causes and solutions. So the name of this question type Hmm. So you are required to explain why a problem is happening, how that problem can be taken care of.
Mhm.
Right. Sorry. How to identify a cause solution. So there are two questions which seem similar, but they are a bit different. There's a two-part question and there's a cause solution question. Okay.
Mhm.
So the cause solution question would have a description of a common problem and then a short sentence. Then the first question would ask you that what is the reason of the problem, right? The second would ask
Yeah.
that what additional problems are happening due to that main issue. And the second question would ask you that what steps should you take to ensure that these issues can be taken care of. Okay. So
Yeah.
this is a sample that many huge cities around the world that don't have proper housing amenities, right? So what problems do you think happens due to this reason and how you can overcome them? Okay. So first an introduction that describes both causes and proposed solution that you are going to give. Then the body that would explore the cause and solution in more depth. Okay.
Mhm.
Then a conclusion that offers some final thoughts on the problem, its causes, and the way it could be solved. Okay.
Okay.
Then, so how do we write? We have one body paragraph describing the causes, one describing the solutions. So you keep your proposed solution simple so that the solution doesn't dominate the whole essay. Okay. Then your two-part questions. Two parts, two kinds of questions, but both questions would be mixed with each other, related to each other. Right? A
Mhm.
short statement about a situation or common practice. Okay. Two-part questions would can sometimes ask you about cause and solution, sometimes ask you about advantage, disadvantage, and sometimes can be just naturally normal questions. So this is a sample. Increasingly, people eat food from other parts of the world rather than their own local food. So what do you think is driving this trend? And do you think it is a good or bad development? Okay. So in the
Okay.
introduction, again, you give a paraphrase, brief answer to both questions, copy the question, say in the contemporary era. Some
Mhm.
individuals prefer international cuisines, whereas others are more fond of your local food items. After that, we say that I'm going to discuss both good and bad developments of this trend, and then we move towards the body paragraphs.
Okay.
Okay. So a body that answers each of the two questions, first talk about one part, then the other one. And as we discussed, we start the first part with on the one hand, some people think, sometimes you can say a section of the society thinks, oops, sorry,
Okay.
a section of the society, you can also say a stratum of the society, thinks or opines, okay, to make it more clear.
Mhm.
Then in the second part, we start again in the same way. On the other hand, moreover, however, further, before we write the main content. Then your
Yeah.
conclusion. Okay. So don't make it too complex. Devote one body paragraph to each of the questions. Two-part questions can have one question that resembles different question types. Sometimes it can be agree disagree. Sometimes it can be advantage disadvantage also. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to maintain balance. So this is a proper structure I would send you so that you have more ideas. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So now let us see your, what do we say, reading. Did you send me the reading part?
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to take a picture, and I will have to explain you
Okay. Okay. Anyway,
because of
send,
all my.
no, no, it's okay. Send me the link that I sent you. Let me open it at my end and we
Okay.
explain that what mistakes you
Yeah.
have made. And yeah, because you
Okay. Reading, right?
Mhm. You can just, I mean, you could have just copy pasted
Yeah.
the mistakes you have made and just put it, I mean, you could have just put it on email, if you cannot put it on Word document. Or in the same document, one section for reading you could have made and just pasted your mistakes and the ink. That's it. No,
Oh,
it's easy.
okay. This is reading. This was reading. So let me take a picture of my notebook. I am so sorry for all
No, no, it's
my.
okay. It's okay. Not an issue. These are
Okay.
things. Okay. So the ones which are right that you have understood. So let us see that what are wrong. Okay.
Okay.
So which ones are wrong?
Let me send you this.
You have sent a picture. Okay.
Yeah. So I will have to explain you.
Okay, wait, just give me a second. Right. So you received 28. How much did you?
Yes, this was 27.
27.
27 is a 6.5. Well, it's what I need, but I really,
No, this
I
is
mean, if I could, if I can do better, well,
you have to do better.
yeah,
This is not what we need. This was our first practice, so it's okay, not an issue, but this is not what we need, right? And this is
yeah,
not what we would be satisfied with. Our aim is to score above 8. Right?
yeah.
Our aim is to score much higher. Okay.
I was looking at your LinkedIn profile and I could see that you teach French too.
Yeah.
That's great.
Spanish is your native tongue, no?
Well, I can help you with Spanish.
No, I'm
if
saying
you
that
want.
Spanish is your native tongue, no?
Yeah. Spanish.
Okay, give me a second. Okay. So you have ever been to Eastern Europe?
No, I haven't. I haven't. I want to go because I was told it's a beautiful area, so I want to go.
So half of my family is from Eastern Europe and half from India.
Oh,
Mix
that's
up.
great.
Too much of mix up in my ancestry. Yeah, so
No, but that's great.
basically my grandmother is from Czech Republic.
Mm-hmm.
So half of my cousins are there also.
But now you're in India.
I'm working in India.
Okay.
Currently just working here.
Yeah. My brother lives in Quebec. He went to study last year, and now he's going to apply for the residence.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
So
but he has to present IELTS.
Oh.
So I am going to
General,
recommend you.
Yeah.
Because they I mean, he and his wife will have to prepare for the exam too.
So he's going to become a Canadian citizen soon.
Yeah. So maybe, well, I'm sure I'm going to recommend you him.
So there was a so even after giving that academic one, when you would also apply for PR, no, you would also require to give the GT also. Okay, so let us see the reading part. Okay, so which ones are right? Advertisements. So which ones are right? And I mean, which ones are right and which ones are wrong?
Okay, so passage 1 is right.
Oh, complete right. Good, great.
Complete right. Yeah. Passage 2, oh my God, it was so difficult.
Okay. So which ones are wrong in passage 2?
Okay, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Oh. What did you write in 14?
Basically 14 to 18.
Yeah. What did you write in 14? That is what I'm asking.
14 was the second option, number 2.
No, you have written second. Okay, you have written second.
Yeah,
Okay.
second.
You have written second. Okay. And 15th, what have you written?
Fifth.
Fifth. 16th.
Eighth.
H. 17th.
Number one.
18th.
Fourth.
Okay. Oh, 17th and 18th got interchanged. Okay.
Yeah.
After that,
19, 8.
19th is right, no?
Yeah, it's right.
So why you are, no, I'm talking, tell me the wrong ones, because the right ones
Okay.
already understood.
Okay,
No?
just wrong ones are just from 14 to 18.
Okay. 4 mistakes in the second passage, and in the third
1, 2,
passage,
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mistakes.
5 mistakes. Yeah, 5 mistakes
Yes.
in the second passage, and in the third passage,
And in the third passage, okay. So 27,
mhm.
27D,
Okay,
29D,
29, 29 again D. Okay,
yeah, 32A,
32A.
34B,
31 is right. No, 32 you have written.
yeah, 30,
And
yeah,
34th you have written
B,
B. Okay,
35A,
35 right.
36C,
B,
37B,
B, B for
B, yeah,
B for Bueller.
and yeah, and 38C.
38.
39 and 40 are okay. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8, 5, 13. So it's 27, not 26, no?
27, yeah.
So why you said 26? Okay, not an issue. So now we are going to check that why we have made the mistakes and how we can make them better. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first passage you have understood why we need to protect these bears. Okay. The second passage we are going to understand. Okay.
Okay.
Of course, you have to understand the passage, so it would become very easy to understand the questions. Okay. First passage is right. Second passage is talking about your pyramids of Egypt, right?
Yeah.
Pyramids of Egypt. So the step pyramid of Djoser. So pyramids are the most famous monuments of ancient Egypt, right? They're very interesting for people in the present day. They are grand, impressive tributes to the memory of the Egyptian kings, right? And they are linked with the memories of the country also. So the Egyptians were not the only ones who built pyramids. Chinese and the Mayan civilizations also constructed pyramids, right?
Right.
So when you read, you should underline, you should mark these words, you should write 1 or 2 points, okay, in support that this paragraph means that this is not the only civilization. So you mark these words that apart from Egyptian, Chinese, and Mayan constructed pyramids, okay.
Okay.
So how the pyramids evolution happened, that has been written, argued about for centuries, but there's no question that as far as Egypt is concerned, it began with one monument for one king and was designed by one architect who was a very amazing guy, who was very intelligent. And this pyramid that we are going to talk about in this whole section is the step pyramid of Djoser at the city of Saqqara. Okay. So Djoser, now who was this Djoser? So these pyramids were constructed in the name of kings, memory of kings. The Djoser was a king. Okay. So we write these words. Pyramids made in memory of kings, right? Memory of kings. So Djoser was the first king of the third dynasty of Egypt, and the first to build in stone. So the first person who got his pyramid constructed in stone. Okay, so you mark this point. Before Joseph's reign, the tombs were rectangular monuments made of bricks, okay, and clays. There were underground passages where the person who died, deceased person, was buried. Okay. So Joseph's main official, his name was Imhotep. Okay. We don't know that why he did it, unclear reasons, but he thought that he should build a toy, impressive tomb for his king, and he should keep one stone above other, right? And and this shape would be known as a step pyramid. So this guy Imhotep, you underline his name. This is a very odd name. So he made this step pyramid, right? A step pyramid he made. So we mark these things. So Joseph was there for 19 years. Is thought. So it's not clear. So thought means that people think they don't have an exact idea how much time he was there. Okay.
Yeah.
Because some historians and scholars are saying that his rule was much younger. Okay. Because he built many monuments. So we write here that we don't know, there's no exact timings are not mentioned. Exact timing of his rule are not mentioned, that this can be very important. We mark it, we write one or two words here in our rough paper. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this step pyramid, it has been thoroughly examined, investigated over the last century, right? And we know that this process went through many different stages. So there is a historian, his name is Mark Van de Meru. He comments, he writes that much experimentation was involved, right? And we can understand this in the construction of the pyramid in the center of the complex. Various plans was there, right? It became the first step pyramid. So this is the first step pyramid in history. So you mark this point, it's the first step pyramid. Okay. The weight of the enormous mass was a huge challenge for the builders who were doing. So they placed the stones at an inward incline so that the monument does not break up. Okay. Right. We mark this point.
Yeah.
Section D. So when it was done, the step pyramid was 62 meters high. It was the biggest, tallest structure of that time. We mark this point. So this complex was constructed. hmm, So the complex was the size of a city in ancient Egypt. Within this, uh, within this complex, there was a temple, there were courtyards, there were shrines, and there were houses for priests. Very important points. Okay, mark them. That there were living quarters, houses for those priests of the temple. Okay, so how it had an area of 16 hectares, and there was a huge wall 10.5 meters high which surrounded it. There were 13 doors, fake doors, 13 fake doors, false doors. Okay. And there was only one true entrance. That true entrance was in the southeast corner. So this is something which can be very important. We mark it. That had only one proper entrance. 13 wrong doors were there. Right. And there was a trench which was 750 meters long, 40 meters wide. So these false doors and these trench, these were incorporated so that unwanted visitors should not come here. If someone had to enter, he or she has to know in advance where the exact location was. Joseph was so proud, so proud due to this accomplishment that he broke the tradition of having his own name on the monument, and he had also his official Imhotep's name was also carved on it. So before him, kings had only their names on the monuments, but he was the first guy who brought his official's name also there. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is very important. You mark this that, and you can say that before this, only kings had their names marked, but now this guy had Imhotep's name also marked.
Yeah.
So the burial chamber of the tomb where the king's body was laid to rest, that was dug beneath the base of the pyramid. There were many tunnels there. Okay, and these tunnels had rooms so that robbers could not come there to discourage robbers. Why were the tunnels there? To discourage robbers. Okay. So one of the most mysterious discoveries found inside the pyramid was there were many stone vessels were found inside the pyramid. Over 40,000 of these vessels of various forms and shapes they were discovered in storerooms of the pyramid's underground passages. Okay. And within those storerooms, there are names of rulers from the first and second dynasties of Egypt, and they are made from different kinds of stones. So the scholars, the archaeologists agree that the vessels were placed in the tomb of Djoser, right? And they represent certain kings and all those things, right? Then there's a new archaeologist, Jean-Philippe Breuer. So this guy might be French. Okay. He excavated most of the pyramid, okay, pyramid complex. And he thought that these were stored and then given a proper burial by
No.
Djoser. So Djoser stored these vessels. Okay, this is say Djoser stored these vessels. So you can write that Djoser stored them. Okay.
Okay.
Why? Because he wanted to honor his predecessors, his ancestors. Okay. So this is what Jean-Philippe Breuer is saying. The others are not saying this. Only this guy is saying. So you mark that this guy is saying. The other historians have a different view. They are saying that the vessels were dumped into the shafts so that robbers could not go into the king's burial chamber. So Joseph has this guy Jean has a different view, and other historians have a different view about the vessels. Okay, two different views. Okay, so we can write
Yeah.
this point that two different views are being shown presented. Then, unfortunately, despite so many precautions and such design of the underground network, robbers still found a way. Okay, Joseph's grave goods, even his body was stolen at some point in the past, right? But archaeologists saw that many things were overlooked by the thieves. Although the thieves went inside, they did not steal everything. Right? So that is what is very astonishing. That why they did not take away everything. Okay, so this is the astonishing
Okay.
part. The archaeologists are amazed. Okay, so this is something that you can mark and say that this is very astonishing. Then Egyptologist Miroslav Werner, that person writes, just give me a second, writes that few monuments hold a place in human history as significant as that of the step pyramid in Saqqara. So it can be said without exaggeration that this pyramid complex constitutes a milestone in the evolution of monumental stone architecture in Egypt and in the world as a whole. Okay, so the step pyramid was a revolutionary advance in architecture, right? And later on, the great pyramid builders of Egypt followed it. Okay,
Okay.
okay. Second. Now we have to see the questions. Now we would have a better idea, right? Now we would have a better idea.
Yeah. So my question is,
Right.
do we have to read the whole passage?
If you don't
Because
read the whole passage, how would you get the answers?
yeah, I don't know, because some other trainers, they just say, no, just read the first sentence and try to get the topic sentence, or just scan the whole text or make
Yes,
skimming.
scan the whole text. That's true. But scan
Yeah.
doesn't mean you don't read, because if we don't read, how would we understand?
Yeah.
No, the point is that scanning we have to done. Scanning means we have to check it very fast. We have to check it fast because there's 1 hour. No, we have to increase
Yeah.
the speed of reading. But if we don't read, then how would we understand?
Right.
We have to do things very fast. So with practice, this has to become fast. So you read every paragraph, you made 1 or 2 points so that you can mark it with the questions. These points would be your hints, no? You mark them, this would be hint that you can see that, oh, this question must be talking about that paragraph. This question must be talking about that paragraph. When I see my paragraph and I see the hints there and see the question, then I would, oh, this question seems very close to this hint. The answer might be in paragraph D. So I would try to check D. Okay, or the answer must be in paragraph A. So I would try to check A. right?
Yeah.
So skin and scan very fast. That is true. Okay, but also read, because if we don't read, then how would we remember?
Yeah.
That
That's
is
right.
why the name of the of this exercise is reading. Okay. Why?
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm getting so um I don't know, this type of questions, matching headings or matching the paragraph to the
So
topic
matching,
sentence.
that is why making these small notes, marking important points are very important. So that when you go to the match headings and you see the hints that you have written,
Mm-hmm.
can get an idea. Okay, because everything.
Okay.
The point is that if we don't read, we have to skim, we have to scan. That is very, that are, those are very important. But the name of this exercise is reading. So reading has
Yeah.
to be a part of it at any cost. Reading we can't ignore, right? Okay.
Yeah.
The major issue is that we have to increase the speed of everything that we do. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the basic point. Okay. So now let us see our questions. Okay. Hmm. So what is the 14th is wrong, right? Okay. Yes, top headings. What is paragraph A talking about? So what have you written?
Okay.
You one
So
and second, right? You
yeah,
are
second.
saying that the paragraph A is talking about difficult task for those involved. Difficult task. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So let's see paragraph.
You know what happened here? When I read paragraph A,
Yeah.
I couldn't find a match for this paragraph.
Okay.
So I started just doing 15, 16, 17, and finally I just guessed, I don't know, for 14, because I couldn't find a
It's
match
okay.
for
See,
this paragraph.
yeah, with practice it would improve. It's the first time. No, it's okay. It's the first time. Don't take so much of pressure. Things improve with time. We have to give it some time. Okay.
Yeah.
After you do 4 or 5 readings, you would see that there would be an improvement. Okay. So one should never use focus. And what's very important in the reading section is to maintain patience. Okay.
Yeah.
So the pyramids are the most famous monuments of ancient Egypt. They are very interesting for people in the present day also. They are grand, impressive tributes to the memory of the Egyptian kings. They are linked with this country. Chinese, Mayan, they also built pyramids. Evolution of the pyramid form has been written and argued, right? So written and argued, arguments exist when we don't have a concrete, perfect answer.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we argue? Because we don't have a perfect answer.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are not certain about it. We are not certain that how did the evolution of the pyramid form happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
because history is not written everywhere. Most of the history is spoken. So spoken forms vary. There's no concrete answer. So when there is no concrete answer, then there is no certainty. We are not certain. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that is why it is 4. So that is our explanation, that there is no concrete answer to the
Yeah.
evolution of pyramids. That is why it is not a certainty. Okay, and that is why fourth is our answer, not second. Okay, right?
Right.
Got it? Hmm. So that is why marking this point is so important,
Mm-hmm.
that we mark it so we know it. See, in A, they are talking that there is evolution of pyramids, the fourth line, right? Section A has been written and argued. Argument means there is no certainty. Okay.
Yeah.
Then 15th. What is 15th is paragraph B. So what did you write in paragraph B? Fifth. Hmm.
Fifth.
You are saying an overview of the external buildings and areas. Okay. Overview of external buildings and areas is what you are saying. Now let us see paragraph B. Hmm. So Joseph was the first king of the third dynasty of Egypt, first one who built a pyramid in stone. Before Joseph, tombs were made of clay brick which covered underground passages. Deceased person was buried. For reasons which remain unclear, Joseph's main official, he built a new, more impressive tomb. Okay, these things we have done, right? So where are the external buildings being discussed here? They are talking about only one tomb. Where are the external buildings? External means which are outside. So
Yeah.
where are the external buildings here?
Yeah, they're not.
No. This is a new idea, no? New idea. You see, earlier the pyramids were built from stone, right? They were built from stone. They were rectangular monuments. But this guy, Imhotep, he brought a new idea, a taller, more impressive tomb by stone slabs. Earlier they were made by clay bricks. Bricks were used, now stones were used. So a new idea arrived. No,
Yeah.
new idea to make things with stones, stone slabs on top of one another. And that is was the first step pyramid. You remember we read that? Okay.
Yeah.
This guy, Imhotep, brought a new idea of building a pyramid. So that is why it is seventh, not fifth.
Okay.
Imhotep, what is his name? Imhotep brought a new idea of building pyramids. He used stone slabs instead of clay. Okay. Then comes the next one. Next 16th is also 16th you have done wrong. Okay. What is 16th asking us about paragraph C? You have written same thing. Second in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wrote 8.
No, you have written 8. Sorry, you haven't.
Yeah.
You have written second. Okay, a difficult task. Paragraph C. Every task is difficult. A step pyramid has been thoroughly examined, properly investigated over the last century. Right. Okay, and the building process went through many different stages. So it was a very complex building process. That's true. Historian Mark Van de Mero comments on this and writes that much experimentation was involved, which is clear in the construction of the pyramid in the center of the complex. There were several plans. It became the first step pyramid in history, piling 6 levels on top of one another. The weight of the enormous mass was a challenge for the builders, who placed the stones at an inward incline so that the monument doesn't break up. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So it was an incredible experience. So you are saying it was an incredible experience, right?
Yeah.
Incredible experience. They haven't mentioned. They haven't mentioned anything about the experience. If you see, they have basically tried to say that it was very complex. No, center of the complex.
Yeah, complex.
Different kind of building plan. One on top of one another, 6 levels were kept. So it was a very hard job. Okay, because it was a new idea. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So it is a difficult task for those involved. Anyway, this one is a bit dicey. Right? It was a very hard task. It was a difficult and hard task. Second. Then 17th, section D, right?
Yeah.
17th is section D. You have said what? You have said first, paragraph
Yeah.
D. You are saying the areas and the artifacts within the pyramid itself. Okay, let us see. Section D. When finally completed, the step pyramid was 62. Okay, it's described, right? Where the priests were living, staying, how the courtyards were constructed, shrines were there, and all those things. Okay. Okay. So they are not only talking about the inside pyramid, no, they are also talking about the trench which is outside the pyramid.
Yeah.
External areas are also described here, you see, in section D. Wait, I will show you.
So this
Section D is also talking about the trench. Trench is anyway outside. Okay. 750 meters long trench, region of 16 hectares. Then the outside wall they are talking about. So it's also talking about the external areas, not only the internal pyramid. Okay. So when the trench and the wall, everything comes, then it's the overview of the external areas. So fifth is the answer. Overview of trench, of outer walls are also there, no? So external buildings are being discussed.
Yeah.
So fifth is the answer. Then comes your 18th. 18th is your section C. Sorry, paragraph E. Right. Paragraph.
Yeah.
So you have written fourth.
Yeah, fourth.
Fourth you have written. 18th is right or wrong? Wrong. Okay.
That's wrong.
So let us see what the paragraph E said. It's talking about the burial chamber, the vessels, right? How Joseph honored his predecessors, right? Okay. And all those things. So this one I think is talking about your areas and artifacts within the pyramid, no? Because it's describing the vessels inside the pyramid. It's talking about the shafts of the pyramid. It's talking about the burial chambers, the tombs within the pyramid, right? It's talking about the underground passages of the pyramids. Okay, remember? You see?
Yeah.
Underground passages, vessels.
Also, there's the word inside there.
Everything is inside, right?
Yeah.
This one is your first. This is talking about the inside part of the pyramid. Paragraph E. Okay, so paragraph E was easy, no?
Yeah.
It's talking about the internal part of the pyramid.
Yeah, now that you do the exercise, it's easy.
Practice after you see, you do 4 or 5 readings. After that, you would see the difference. Okay.
Yeah.
Not an issue. It's not an issue. Okay. Now we are going to the third paragraph, right? The future of work. Okay. Also, it's about your artificial intelligence and all those things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Okay, so business consultancy says that 3 to 14% of the global workforce, they might need to switch to a different occupation because artificial intelligence has come here. Okay, disembodied AI, the algorithms running in our smartphones, right? Embodied artificial intelligence. You mark these things: embodied artificial intelligence, disembodied
Mhm.
AI, right? Increasingly capable machines, they are taking away our jobs. Okay,
Yeah.
machines are taking jobs. You can write about it and you can mark these things that a leading business consultancy is saying next 10 to 15 years, 3 to 14% of the workforce would be unemployed or might need to switch to different occupations. Okay, they will need to adopt, not unemployed. They will have to switch to a different occupation. Okay. Then Dr. Steya Pashidi from Cambridge Judge Business School believes some of the changes are happening because jobs, algorithmification of jobs are happening. Jobs are dependent on data, right? This is your subject,
Yeah.
data analysis, right? Jobs are dependent on data rather than on production. Production is our so-called knowledge economy. Now the jobs are dependent on data. So you mark this thing. That data analysis is very important. You can write. Algorithms are capable of learning from data to undertake tasks that previously needed human judgment, right? Such as reading legal contracts, analyzing medical scans, gathering market intelligence. Everything is happening through data science. Okay,
Mhm.
we can mark this. Okay. So sometimes, many cases, this data can outperform humans. Algorithms can outperform humans. They are better than humans. Patchedy says. Only Patchedy says. Okay,
Mhm.
not a fact. Patchedy says. So you can mark it. So
Mhm.
organizations are using more algorithms because they want more choices and want to reduce costs, enhance productivity. This is what every business wants, right? We mark these things. But
Mhm.
there are consequences. Again, Patchedy says that there are consequences. Suppose routine cognitive tasks are taken over by AI. How does any profession develop new experts? Right? Okay, so a novice stands next to experts, and a novice is a new guy, right? A fresher who
Yeah.
joins a new office. So, a fresher, when he or she joins a new office, he watches the experts and understands, right? So if this is not happening, you need to find new ways to earn, right? Okay. Then another issue is the extent to which the technology influences and controls the workforce. For over 2 years, Patchedy monitored a telecommunications company. So the way that telecom sales people work is through personal and frequent contact with clients, right? So this personal frequent contact, you mark this point, that the telecom
Mhm.
sales people work through personal and frequent contacts. Okay. They understand the situation and then they reach a decision. But the
Yeah.
company is now using an algorithm, and account managers should contact certain customers about what kind of campaigns are there, how to offer them. Okay. Algorithm built by external designers, it becomes the keeper of the knowledge, and Patchity thinks or believes that a short-sighted view has come into the market. So the workers, what the workers do, they earn through the algorithm size. The workers have become very dependent. They are not independent. This point is very important. You mark this. You can write that workers are not independent anymore. Okay. Okay. Workers are not
Yeah.
independent. They're dependent on algorithms, on data. Okay. So nowadays, what the business leaders do, they don't ask the normal, common human beings to try to progress and bring new ideas. So experimentation has stopped, right? Human
Mhm.
instinct leading to progress and new ideas, these are discouraged. Experimentation is being discouraged by humans. So you mark this point. Okay. Now, Patchedy and her colleagues observed that people who developed strategies to make the algorithm, they are making those algorithms according to their own advantage. So what the workers are doing, they are putting fake data, false data in algorithms to reach
Mm-hmm.
their targets. This is a huge problem. Fake data, false data,
Yeah.
right? So researchers are working on it to avoid these kind of scenarios. The researchers want to make AI techniques more trustworthy, more transparent, so that organizations and individuals understand how decisions are made in AI. So PhD says we need to understand that this new world requires more expertise, more control, right? PhD says we need more control, more expertise. You mark these points. Then there's an economist named Professor Hamish. So he thinks now a new guy has arrived. PhD is done now. Okay, now Hamish has arrived. So Hamish believes the future of work would include major transitions, traditional trajectory of full-time education. First, you do a complete education, you complete your university, then you go to an office, then you take pensions, retirement. That was a thing of the past. Now, multi-skilled. A person has to do many things together, right?
Yeah.
Multiple jobs, and there's no choice of a job. Okay, so life has changed. You can mark these points. You can write life has changed. Multiple jobs have got to be done together. Okay, job now unemployment. Very important unemployment. You mark it. You write unemployment paragraph. This paragraph
Mm-hmm.
is about unemployment. Okay. So anything you see
Okay.
in the question about unemployment, you can come directly to this paragraph. This is the sixth
Okay.
paragraph, seventh paragraph. Okay. Unemployment. He believes predictions are false, fallacy. He is saying
Mm-hmm.
that there won't be any there are no that the theory that unemployment would arise is not right. That is what this guy Hamish says. Okay. According to
Mm-hmm.
him, unemployment is just an idea. It's not the truth. He, this idea assumes that the number of jobs are fixed. In the upcoming 30 years, suppose out of 100 jobs, 50 jobs are done by robots. That does not mean we only have 50 jobs left because number of jobs would increase. There can be 150 jobs. Okay, that is
Yeah.
his idea about unemployment. Okay, then the new guy, Ivan McGaughey, right? He also agrees with this future of work. This paragraph is also talking about employment. Both these paragraphs, you can say both these paragraphs, and he will talk about unemployment. And after that, we see more unemployment related issues. So from here, unemployment starts. Okay. Before this,
Mm-hmm.
unemployment is not being discussed. Okay.
Okay.
From here, unemployment begins. So even McGaughey, Cambridge's Center for Business Research, King's College London, this apocalypse that everything will be destroyed, there would be no
Mm-hmm.
employment. So he's also saying that this is a misguided idea,
Yeah.
completely misguided. So there are laws that restrict the supply of capital to the job market. Okay. So he is saying something very important. He is saying that new technologies never create unemployment. It's basically the laws, rules, and regulations due to which money is not coming to the job market. Due to that, unemployment happens. So you can write technology doesn't cause unemployment. Lack of capital causes unemployment. According to this guy, okay, according to
Mm-hmm.
McGaughey, okay. Mm.
Yeah.
So this McGaughey now published some research answers. So these are McGaughey's papers. You can write McGaughey's paper, Evans' paper. So he published some research answers to the question of whether automation, AI, and robotics, if these things would come, there would be unemployment. Okay, and history is saying that change doesn't means that jobs will go away, but social policies have to deploy people. Social policies have to be made in a way that jobs are present. Okay, okay, then
Okay.
so from here this guy is speaking, only this guy is speaking from here, McGaughey. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in the second year's paragraph, McGaughey says, suppose there are some changes going to happen because of AI and robotics, and some jobs will go away. Suppose then government should improve their policy and they should enforce good job security. So rules and regulations, laws should be reprogrammed to offer a fair future of work and leisure. Okay. So McGoggy's findings are basically, he is asking leaders of organizations, he is asking governments and banks to prepare for the upcoming changes, bring new policies, guarantee free employment, offer fair income, and offer a good economic democracy. These things McGoggy is saying. Okay. Only
Yeah.
McGoggy is saying. So from here, it's McGoggy. So whenever, if you see something related to Pachidi, you go to the above paragraphs. If you see something regarding Hamish, you go to the middle paragraph. When you see even McGoggy, you start from this paragraph because before this, McGoggy is not mentioned. So before this, searching for McGoggy is just a waste of time. Okay. So
Yeah.
you mark from here, McGoggy speaks. These two paragraphs, Hamish speaks. Before this, Pachidi speaks. So everyone has their own territory. So when we look for Pachidi, we look for the top paragraph. We don't see the second last paragraphs. When we look for this guy, Ivan McGoggy, we go to the paragraphs
Yeah.
ending. When we see for Hamish, we find in the middle paragraphs, right? So you write this point, Pachidi above, Hamish middle, and McGoggy at the ending paragraph. So you know that
Yeah.
where you have to search. It becomes easier for you to search. No, you don't have to scroll. You don't have to check the whole paragraph again and again. Okay. So mark like this. So it would be a better way. Okay. Okay. Now again, McGoggy's last paragraph. Promises of these new technologies, they are astounding. Humankind, they help humankind to live in a way that nobody could have imagined. So this is theoretical talk that he's saying. Industrial revolution brought people away from subsistence agriculture. Then the corporate revolution include mass production. So the third revolution is coming, right? The next revolution is going to be the social revolution. All these things,
Yeah.
okay. So whenever you see these things, you should know that McGoggy is saying this. Okay. Okay. Now let us see the questions. Okay.
Okay.
So now we are going to see that where we have made our mistakes. Future of work. 27? 27 is right? No. Okay.
No, it's wrong. I
I've said
wrote
D.
D.
First paragraph. So you are saying that the first paragraph is saying that, okay, you have written D. Why D? I think
Yeah.
the first paragraph is very clear. Difference between ways that embodied and disembodied AI will impact on workers. See, first paragraph is very clear. It's talking how AI will affect, change the right nature of the work, alter the nature of the
Right.
work that people do. See,
Yeah. Right.
first paragraph is very clear. He's saying that business consultancy has said that 14% of the global workforce will just switch to a different occupation. So the nature of work would change. Okay, right? No,
Yeah.
nature of work would change. People would have to do different work, different occupations. Okay, first paragraph. Nature of work would change. People would have to do participate in different occupations. So B is the answer. This one was easy. Okay. 29th. What did Pachidi observe at the telecommunications company? So these are all present in the above part. What did Pachidi observed in the at the telecommunications company? Okay. So what did you write? You have
D.
D. You have written again, right? Staff allowing AI to carry out tasks they ought to do themselves. Okay.
Yeah, but answer is C. Yes, because all
Because
staff
the
were.
staff is paying with the artificial intelligence. They are giving voice data, fake data. You remember?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
fake data. See what Pachidi says? I think it is in the third paragraph. The third paragraph. Fourth. Hmm. See, sixth paragraph.
Yeah.
Pachidi and colleagues observed that the workers are feeding the algorithm with
Mm-hmm.
voice data, fake data.
Yeah.
So they are playing with the AI technology, right? Okay. Mhm. So when you search about Pachidi, search in the first six, seven paragraphs only, right?
Yeah.
Not in the later ones, so that it does not become harder for you. So fake data there. The staff is
Mm-hmm.
making sure that AI is producing the results that they want, right? The staff is presenting fake data, voice data. They are making sure AI produces the results that they want. Okay. Then comes our 32. So in this one, in multiple choice questions, you didn't make too many mistakes. So that's good.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. 32. So what have we written in 32? Oh, you have written A. Algorithm, algorithmification of jobs. While monitoring a telecommunications company, Battery observed, a growing pressure.
Yeah.
What pressure? Workers are very dependent. You remember, dependent.
Mm-hmm.
So workers are relying on AI technology. Workers are not independent anymore, right? Dependent.
Yeah.
What that we are, they are relying. Okay. I think it's first paragraph, second paragraph, third, fourth, fifth, fifth paragraph. Algorithm built by external designers has become the keeper of knowledge. Right. See, the workers are dependent on instructions by algorithms. Right. So dependent. So
Yeah.
they are reliant. Okay, not pressure. Reliant.
Mm-hmm.
Workers are dependent on algorithms. Okay. Dependent is reliant. Synonym. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. And 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Okay. Together.
Yeah.
34. To avoid the kind of situations which Pachidi observed, researchers are trying to make AI's decision-making process easier to comprehend and to increase users. Hmm. You have written B.
33.
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Giving information to users. No, why satisfaction is not so important. Information. They're giving info.
Yeah.
Okay. Information, they are giving confidence, they are building. They are
Mm-hmm.
basically, sorry, no.
Yeah.
They are basically building the confidence of users, I think. They're building the confidence. If the user is not confident, he or she would not buy your data, no?
Mm-hmm.
User's confidence. That's why it's there. 35th. Greater levels of automation will not result in the overemployment. Who said that? Who was the first person to say that?
But
Hmm?
this it was the first one.
Greater airways of automation. Not the first one. I'm saying who said that? Greater airways of automation will not result in overemployment.
Let me see here.
How did you write Patchity? Patchity is not talking about employment.
Oh, it was Hamish.
It was Hamish. Right?
When you talked about unemployment.
Yeah. Hamish has started talking about unemployment now. The first six paragraphs, we are not talking about unemployment. Pachidi is not talking.
Okay.
Pachidi is just given there to confuse you.
Yeah.
Hamish has started. No.
Yeah.
So Hamish is talking about unemployment, and he's saying that unemployment won't happen due to automation. Hamish is talking about unemployment. Pachidi never talks about that topic. Pachidi does not touch that topic. Never. No, 36. Why there are various reasons why AI is appealing to businesses. So what did you say?
Actually.
Hmm? What did you say?
Actually.
Actually, so it was right. Why did you say it was wrong? Where did C come from?
Oh no, let me check. A. Yeah. Oh, so I had it right. My mistake. So sorry.
The right one's wrong.
Yeah.
Verse 28. Actually, yeah, right. Actually, is talking about technology and all those things, right? Yeah, actually. Okay, 37th. AI's potential to transform people's lives has parallels with major cultural shifts which occurred in previous era. So which guy is talking about previous era, industrial revolution and all those things and linking it with which guy?
It was Magogi.
Froggy. So how did it become Hamish? Hamish has spoken only about the unemployment, two paragraphs, that's it.
Yeah.
But that Magogi takes over, right? Magogi,
Right.
Magogi speaks a lot. Magogi talks about mm, about AI and other big events of history, no? Such as industrial revolution, corporate revolution. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So now the answers are coming. With time, things change, right? Change for the better.
Yeah.
38. It is important to be aware of the range of problems that AI causes. Who says
I wrote Magogi, but it is Patchy.
Tragedy is talking about all those things, no? That people are becoming dependent on technology. Workers are feeding wrong data, right? All these, the problems and all this, Tragedy describes. The employment part, Hamish describes. And the explanation and the social parts and all those things, Magogi describes. Okay?
Right.
Tragedy is talking about problems of AI and all those. Good and bad of AI. That is Tragedy is talking about. Tragedy talks about advantages and disadvantages, you can say, in a simple language, if you want to say. What are the range of issues that AI can cause? Disadvantages regarding utilization of AI technology, right?
Right.
Okay. Hmm. So we got 28. Not bad for the first time, but our target is to cross 38. Okay.
Okay.
So after 38, the next target is 40.
Yay.
Okay. Not bad for the first time. Not bad for the first time. Okay.
Yeah. Do you think I can book my exam on October?
Yes, wait a bit. Let's give some time. Let us see how you improve. According to that, we will decide. Okay. Because it's
Okay.
money, huge investment is involved. On the basis of the first section, we cannot decide, right? Because you have
Yeah.
decide on various topics. Which topics are your strength? Which section is your weakness? That I would have to understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would give you a lot of samples. Okay. Reading also, this is the first reading. Already you do at least readings, you would have a better understanding that where you are going, right? In speaking,
Yeah.
so we have to check. So soon, decision should not be made in haste because it's a life changing decision, right? We need
Mm-hmm.
a bit of time. At least we should give it a week to 10 days, and then we would be in a better position to decide that where we are going. Okay, how much time?
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. So
that
I will wait.
yes, that is a mistake which a lot of candidates make, that they just book their exams in haste. They should give it enough time, right? Okay, because
Mm-hmm.
non-native speakers, English is not the first language, right?
Yeah.
Bit of time. Okay. Okay. So you write that writing topic once more. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you do in your mornings? I was thinking that we can do a double session. We can do the speaking and listening in the next session. Your morning, my evening. No, because I used to.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I can. I guess we can do speaking on the mornings. Thing is, my son is at homeschooling,
Oh,
so my mornings are, oh my God,
oh, when
really busy.
what time does he go to school?
8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
After 8, you are free, right? After 8, you are.
But I can do speaking. I can do speaking because I maybe can use the iPad or even my phone.
Free. So now you are using your phone.
No, now I'm using my computer, but when my son is starting, he is using the computer, so I would
Oh,
have to use my phone.
okay, okay. So he is studying from home right now, right? Due to COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, oh. Oh,
So this is
that
this is terrible. I have another computer, but no, that computer is terrible.
okay, okay.
But if we are going to practice speaking, just speaking on the mornings,
Yeah, we can do because we need more time. No, we can do next
yeah,
mornings. A speaking one.
yeah, I can do it from my phone. I don't think this is a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yes, to speaking on. Now you understood your mistakes, no? Now see, you started giving some new answers also, right? So you would
Yeah,
definitely cross 30 in reading. That's not a major point, but our target is not crossing 30. Our target is crossing 38.
okay.
38 is the first step, I say. After a person crosses 38, then obviously
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the next mark, right? Okay. So at present, your first target is obviously crossing 30, and I think in one or two sessions you will cross 30. Okay, because next time before doing the reading, we would discuss on reading section, and then you will do it. Okay. So
Yeah,
give you more support. Okay. Hmm.
okay.
Do that writing, and let me give you a part one question also on writing because we haven't checked the
Mm-hmm.
right. Okay. So I would send you a lot of samples. I would send you the structure which we discussed. Right.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Part one question. Let us Easy one. This one you can see. The diagram shows the process by which cloning of sheep embryos are done. Right?
Mhm.
Okay. Summarize the information and by selecting and reporting the main features. It's a female sheep,
Okay.
right? The body size is taken from sheep A. The DNA is extracted from it. Okay.
Mhm.
The DNA from sheep A is fused with eggs derived from sheep. Then another sheep. So DNA is extracted. Then another sheep, another female B sheep. Egg cell is taken from that sheep B. Nucleus is removed. Okay. Then DNA from sheep A is fused with the egg cell of sheep B. Okay. Then the
Okay.
cell develops into an embryo. Post-
And that's clone.
and then this yam, the clone of sheep A, is produced. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Takes birth. So this is something that you have to write. I would send you this sample. Okay. So what are your ideas regarding it? I want to know your ideas.
Well, I guess mm, well, first I would, I don't know, describe the general draw.
Mhm.
I don't know, with some words making reference to the sheep. And then describe the process, the detailed process, step
Yeah.
by step.
Okay. Okay. So use proper connectors, right? So the diagram mentioned in the question illustrates the process of cloning of an embryo from different, right? Which is done in various stages. The first stage displays that a body cell is taken from the female sheep A, its DNA is extracted as a part of this process, and as the second stage arrives, egg cells are taken from the female sheep B, and its nucleus is removed from that animal. Okay. Once both these processes involving extraction of DNA, first DNA is extracted and then nucleus is removed, completed. Then the DNA from sheep A is fused with the egg cell taken from sheep B so as to produce an embryo. Okay.
Mhm.
Then in the next stage, the fused cell develops into an embryo that is placed very carefully in the uterus of the foster mother, which is sheep C. Now, how is it done? Under the supervision of illustrious scientists. These are things we bring from our own for more creativity. Okay, right?
Okay.
However,
Yeah.
in the final stage, the embryo is developed into the cloned yam of sheep A. So, what is the summary as a conclusion, or overall, we can say a diagram in voice, where it stages of cloning. So, you can also say as a conclusion. I would like to,
Yeah.
instead of saying overall, it makes it very simple as a conclusion. I like to reiterate that what is happening. The diagram involves various stages of cloning and the birth of a yam that has taken place from the fusion of a DNA and an egg cell from two different female sheep. Okay.
Yeah. So in this type of diagrams, I just have to describe them. I don't have to analyze them.
This one you don't have to analyze too much. See, in the part one, there are other questions also. So this is the first one I have given you. It's a bit easy. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And then I will send you a lot of samples and we will do different types of questions. Okay.
Okay.
This was the first one, so I thought that keep it a bit simple.
Yeah.
Anyway, the part two question was way too complex, right? So the candidate should have some breather also, right? On the first day,
Yeah.
everything so hard. They sometimes some people become disappointed, right? It's not the case with you, but there are different kinds of people, right? Okay.
Yeah.
One of them a bit harder and keep one of them a bit easier. right?
Yeah. No, that's okay. I'm here to learn.
So I would send you these questions. I would send you these samples. Okay, and you do the part one and part two. Okay, and in the next session we will discuss some reading, and then you do that reading. Okay,
Yeah.
that it would
Okay.
be easier for you to gain more marks. Okay,
Sure.
session we will also do
Well,
to check the listening also. I don't think that in the listening you are facing too many issues, but I would send you different accents. Okay, and name
okay.
some movie or music which you should keep on listening, and you should try to write what they are singing. Try to write when you listen to the singing, but only listen to the audio. Don't watch the video, and listen to the
Yeah.
audio of the movies and try to write every dialogue and listen to news from BBC, CNN, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, consistently.
Yeah.
And read newspapers such as Washington Post, New York Times, The Guardian, the Sydney Morning Herald, best newspapers and the sites, and see that how the editors are writing those huge samples, those huge writings, and try to bring that fire up in your writing. Okay.
Yeah.
The next session we would discuss some grammar. Okay. So to help you more
Okay, Rahul.
grammar also. So yeah, so you check all that. So did you read any news yesterday? What's happening around the world?
I don't see news. I don't like it because this whole world is so terrible. Just bad news, bad news, bad news. So no, no, no. But I would have to.
Basic issue is now you would have to do that because current events, if you bring them in your answers, right?
Yeah.
It beautifies your answers, brings more creativity. So it's very
Yeah.
important to bring current events. So for that, we need to read the news. We need to understand about what's happening in the environment and biodiversity. Now you've got a topic on space science. In reading section also there are topics on space science. So you have to read about,
Okay.
okay, and you should try to bring some of the write-ups of the reading section into your writing section. Okay, you can take
Okay.
from there because it's beautifully explained in the reading section. You must have seen. Okay,
Okay.
that is
Okay. Okay.
very important. You have to talk about international politics. You have to find out what's happening around the world, terrorism, weather, how the weather changes are happening, right? How is
Yeah.
there are forest fires, how carbon emissions are happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you have to read about
Okay.
news related to the finance sector, about the stock market, which huge companies are taking over other huge companies, or you have to find out about the corporate sector, right? Employment news, then news regarding crimes, sports, arts and culture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, different sections you have to go through them because
Yeah.
they're part of your answers. Because there are questions on cosmetic surgery, there are questions on medicine, there are questions um, on you say that new technology, artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
You have just done a reading on artificial intelligence. There are questions on history, tourism, music, effect
Yeah.
on computer, censorship on media. So if you don't read the news, it's going to be very hard. So
Okay.
there are things we are not very fond of, but we have to develop a love for them for the sake of
Sure.
changing our lives, right? And if you don't do that, then tomorrow your son would also follow your example, right? So we have to do this, so we have to do everything. Okay, we get
Yeah. Yeah. No. So I will phone BBC. Did you say?
BBC, CNN, Washington Post,
Okay.
New York Times. Okay, you read all.
Okay.
Okay.
BBC.